The ultimate pricing tool for Rotogravure printing professionals. No more complex calculations. Now you have a complete cost model. If you work in flexible packaging and rotogravure printing, you know how time-consuming and complicated technical calculations can be. What if there was a smart tool that could handle all these calculations for you instantly, accurately, and effortlessly? No technical expertise required. Well, now there is. Mohamed Assad has developed a tool designed specifically for the rotogravure industry. Just enter a few basic details, and the tool will automatically calculate everything you need. No more errors or wasted time, just efficiency and precision. In this video, Mohamed will walk you through how it works and why it's a game changer for anyone in the industry. Ready to streamline your workflow? Tool link in description box or comments. Take advantage of it now. It is free for a limited time. Let's dive in.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, glory be to you. We have no knowledge except what you have taught us. Indeed, you are the all-knowing, the wise. We have no understanding except what you have granted us. Indeed, you are the generous, the noble. I will start presenting to you now. We will begin with the cost model of Rotogravure. We will start designing and work on it, step by step. First, here we choose the date, for example, today's date. Then the serial number, and so on. We put the order number. Of course, we will use hypothetical numbers. I will say, for example, the name of the cost model, and I will write my name. And this is the product. I will also write 8. I will set the number of colors to 5, for example. White coverage will be 50%, and color coverage will also be 50%. For the formation, I will set the order quantity to 5 colors. And from its fame, the byte tells me to use your order count, which I will say to my colleague. I will come here and tell him, well, it's OPP on Metalite. Of course, here you can put up to 4 layers. I will tell him, well, this is the real and this is 20 micro. Here, he tried to come to me. Okay, then I will tell him, well, the scrap read, I have the path practice, meaning I will tell him, well, in the layer stage, I know, for example, that it takes, let's say, 5%, and in the 2 layers, it might take 2.5%. Okay, I will come here, and in the weight, he will tell me, of course, the weight and the colors take the same scrap percentage as the printing stage. I will tell him, well, here you will take 5% of the colors, the same thing. Be careful of something here. Here, I have put the weight of the grain per square meter of the glue, or someone might tell you 2 and 2 by default, so that you don't have to write it down. It is set for you by default, so here, well, you will tell him that the stage where the glue will take the scrap will then have the same scrap percentage in its application stage, which is 2.5. But be aware that there is 2 and 2, because this glue is not glue. If you exceed 2 and 2, it is 8 base, so in a lower stage like this, we calculate the solvent. It will calculate the solvent for you, and it will include that this is glue base, so it multiplies it by the solvent ratio. Be aware of that. If it is 2 and 2, it will be like that, but if you exceed 2 and 2, it is 8 base. Great apps define unity and reality. In the global, let's continue. Alright, now we have set our scrap, and its percentages decrease. Now, we just need to set the prices. Honestly, I will set a reference price, just anything. As a trial. I will tell him, honestly, it will come to me here, or take it here. Alright. And for the width, I will also tell him that it will come to me, but I want to tell you.
Here we average the price of the 4 main colors, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. Let the price be, for example, as follows, 10, 20, 30, 40. Here the average price becomes 25. Then we multiply that number by 70% so that the product is 17.5. Then we multiply the varnish price by 3%. For example, 20 times 30%. The product is 6. We add 6 plus 17.5 to the product. This is the price of ink, and then we put the price of white ink. Note, this method of practice and practical experience and best practices of cost reduction to keep up with fierce competition. Unfortunately, we did not add varnish coverage in the cost form and compensated for it within the price. When adding anti-static or anti-scratch, you can add it instead of the actual coverage varnish box, and the application will calculate it easily. We have to add the cost of the glue. Then add the cost price per kilogram of indirect materials, cylinder drilling. Then we add the cost of the price per kilogram of overheads. As in the picture, and I repeat, all these prices are the default, and also we add the price per kilogram of solvent. If the chewing weight is 3 grams or more per square meter, applying that weight is treated as a solvent base, and the solvent is accounted for within the cost of solvents. Thus, the pricing process is completed very efficiently and effectively. Note the application shows you the percentage of wastage and also the total number of length meters and grams, as well as the standard quantity. You can use the buttons below to export the